So today I'm sticking with my close at home policy. I'm out on the local beach, just come down by one of the breakwaters, and we've got some fairly grey skies, some very weak and watery sunlight coming through, and I'm just going to see what I can do with these grey sky conditions. I hope you'll enjoy the video. If you do and you're new here, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. Okay, so I've got a composition set up here. Basically what I've got is the beach comes in from the left hand side of the frame. That links up with the breakwater heading out, going across the frame, and we've got a lot of sky. I'm going for a long exposure. I've got my 10-stop ND filter on, which is letting me get about an 80-second exposure. So we'll give that a go and see what it looks like. I was thinking black and white, but I'm not sure. I think it might end up being colour. So I've made sure I've got my tripod set up out of the path of the water, because I'm running long exposures. If I get water washing around the tripod feet, even if I put something underneath them, that's almost certainly going to cause the tripod to sink, which of course could ruin a long exposure shot. And I'm trying to keep a little bit of beach in the foreground to add that extra kind of texture in there, or tonal range in there. We'll see if it works. Not entirely convinced that composition was working. Don't think there was enough of the beach showing through in the foreground for it to work. So all I've done is I've moved, I don't know, 10 paces across and put the tripod up a bit higher, put the camera up a bit higher. And I think that makes for a slightly better composition. But just that movement means I'm now getting a brighter patch of sky coming in. So I've actually dropped in a 2-stop hard-edged ND grad to hold that back, to let me keep my 80-second exposure. I actually think that's got quite a nice minimalist feel to it. I think that might work. But now it's going to be time, I think, to try something else. Okay, it's decided to rain now, which is going to make doing anything like long exposures really difficult. So we'll see what happens. If it starts to rain hard, I'm probably going to end up packing up. Okay, it's chucking it down. I think I might have to head for home. Yeah, okay, it absolutely chucked it down with rain. I had to stop filming because it was just pouring down. I rushed home to get out of the rain and spent a little bit of time drying myself off, and then had a look at the image that I'd managed to capture. Now, I did say during the video that I wasn't sure if it was going to go colour or black and white, and of course you've already seen that I went colour with this version. Now, in this one I kept the exposure very, very bright, almost high key in fact, which I think adds to the minimalist feel of this. And I did put quite a bit of vibrance in to bring out the colour contrasts. And I even left a little bit of the blue colour cast in the sky from the ND filter. It doesn't really represent the mood at the time, at the scene, but I quite like it. But during the video I did say that I was considering whether this was going to be colour or black and white, and I decided to do a black and white version as well. And for the black and white version I pulled the exposure down, I boosted the contrast quite a lot, and I added quite a strong dark vignette to it, which gives a much more moody, almost dramatic feel, although it maintains, I think, a minimalist feel as well. Certainly much more representative of the conditions at the time. I think it's interesting that it's possible to get two completely different feeling images from a single exposure. I don't think one of them is necessarily any better than another. It will depend on personal taste, it will depend on mood and all sorts of other things. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a like, share it on social media, leave me a comment, and hopefully if YouTube isn't deleting them randomly, I'll try and respond to it. And if you're new here and you've enjoyed what you've seen, don't forget to hit subscribe before you go. As always, I really appreciate you taking the time to watch, so thank you very much. And until the next video, bye.